Alright, hello everybody. We're gonna get started today. Currently waiting to log in for it to figure that out. While it's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and like this real fast. Oh, alright. I was leveling up Archer. I got them to Bard, which is really nice, because now I can play music and shit, which I'll learn eventually. It's one of the things I want to do in my spare time. As of right now, we need to go over to Alamigan Quarters and switch to White Mage once I get there. But we will see. Okay. There we go. And White Mage. There we go. Now we need to go over here somewhere. God, I hate this place. Just because, like, the map isn't really distinguished about where you can and can't go. So it's more like, feels more like I have to wander around to somehow make it to the right spot. There we go, there's Thinkred. Everyone's meeting up, talk about the Ascian threat. Yep. Yep, shield notifies if there's any development. Yeah, I hope we find him soon, considering. Okay. Hey, bud. Are you gonna let me in? Upon proceeding, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended you have sufficient time to view these scenes in its entirety. Yes. Let's go. Let's do this shit.
Mistress Lise, Commander Aldin, it gives me great pleasure to formally welcome the city-state of Alamigo to the Eorzean Alliance.
Hell yeah.
The pleasure is ours, Your Grace. I know I speak for all Alamegans when I say that we are glad of this chance to stand with our comrades of the Alliance.
And we, for our part, are glad indeed to be able to welcome friends both old and new.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Hien of Doma, at your service. Pray, accept my heartfelt thanks for your generous invitation.
Nay, 'tis we who must thank you for journeying so far. And 'twould be remiss of me not to acknowledge the part the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have played in bringing all of us together.
What? We did nothing.
In times of great unrest, you and yours have been our constant companions, without whom we would not be here.
That's true.
With apologies to Lord Hien and Mistress Alize, it occurs to me that we have not gathered in this way since that fateful day in Uldar.
Mm-hmm.
The day I lost my arm and my freedom. As I lay in my cell, never did I dream that I would one day be given the chance to represent my homeland at this council.
Hey, that's fair.
I would not even be alive had you not plucked me from the jaws of death. You, Yugiri, and Alfino. Would that the lad could be with us.
I too owe my presence here to Alfino, in so many ways. Until such time as he returns, I mean to carry on his good work as best I can.
Fair. But you're not a diplomat, so...
Come, friends. Let us leave the past in the past and turn our eyes to the future. My Lord Hien, pray, Tell us how things stand in the east.
Things.
Having heard the rumors of dissent in Garlemald, I dared to dream of a peaceable solution.
Yeah, seriously though.
The Empire will not so easily change its ways.
I kind of agree with that one though.
If the Garleans have a mind to take back Doma and Alamigo, we'll be hard-pressed to stop them, even with the might of 6 nations. But while we lack the strength to fight the tide, a course may yet present itself, if we read the winds aright.
The winds suggest but one course to me. One which leads from the sea unto the river and thence to the source of all our woes.
The Ascians.
Yep.
Indeed.
What are we doing about them?
All here have felt their blighted touch. It was the bringers of chaos who nurtured the Archbishop's tyrannical ambitions. They who bestowed upon him the secrets of summoning, as they have so many others before and since. And while they remain, we shall know no peace.
I agree.
Our objective is clear. The question is how to achieve it. That our enemy parades about in Xenos' skin poses problems in itself, but ere we get to them, how are we to infiltrate the Empire and get close enough to strike?
Yeah, that's kind of the problem.
While I see the wisdom in targeting the Ascians, an assassination attempt on Garlean soil would do little to aid our cause, even were it to succeed. It's time we used our enemy's preferred tactic: subterfuge.
Okay.
You have an idea? Speak your mind, Master Thancred. None here know the enemy better than the Scions, and you mayhap best of all. Whatever it is you propose, we will give it fair hearing. On that you have my word.
Very well, Admiral. My proposal is thus. We dispatch the shinobi to Imperial territory. There, they sow the rumor that the Crown Prince perished in the battle for Alamigo, and that the man parading around is in fact a corpse inhabited by a servant of darkness.
Well, it does have the ring of truth about it. And were the Garleans to learn that their future ruler is a puppet, the Empire would be shaken to the core.
Theoretically.
But at the risk of sounding stupid, would they actually believe such an unlikely story? I didn't.
Ordinarily not. But prior to his miraculous recovery, rumors of Xenos' death had already begun to circulate around the Empire. Ultimately, however, what the masses believe is not our chief concern. Our true objective is to create an opening for rival factions within Garlemald to exploit.
Got
Just
it.
as a war of succession erupted in the wake of Emperor Solus's death.
A war which raged until but recently, plunging the Imperial House into disarray as nephew and uncle grappled for the throne. It is no coincidence that one of Varus's first acts as Emperor was to name Xenos heir apparent. Family feuds being so tiresome when armies are involved. Not all welcomed his choice of successor, however.
Of course not,
There
because,
is no
yeah.
shortage of individuals who aspire to the throne, who would jump at any chance to seize power. The news that Xenos is not only dead, but a puppet to diabolical forces, would be too enticing to ignore.
The Empire would not be quick to recover from a second war of succession.
Nope. They would be tearing themselves apart.
I'm no stranger to infiltrating Imperial territory. With a team of operatives gathered from among the Alliance's finest, the plan should have a reasonable chance of success.
Okay. So now what?
Doma already has shinobi in place throughout the provinces. We stand ready to act, and act we must. What say you all?
Time for Master Thancred's proposal. We shine a light upon the Ascian and test the Empire's unity. 'Twas his plot that scuttled Doma's negotiations, was it not? Why then, if we can eliminate him, there may yet be a chance for peace. Let us wage this war of subterfuge, that we may one day lay down our arms. Gods know we never will while the Ascians remain.
Agreed. But if we kill them all... Whoa. Okay.
That way. Sorrow.
Uh-oh.
History must be changed.
History must be changed, huh? Yeah, who is this?
Ahead looms a calamity. Ahead looms light, expunging all form and life. Twin dooms only you can forestall. Only you.
What's the matter?
There's a voice.
Uh-oh. They're also affected by it.
Spies in our midst. Nay, I sense no such presence.
Whoa.
Let
This
expanse
is fucked.
Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Everyone with an echo just freaked the fuck out.
Is it over?
Oh, Thancred, oh shit.
12 for Fend. Bear him to a private chamber. Have every healer make ready.
Oh shit. Is he that bad?
Swiftly.
Oh no. What the fuck happened with that? What was that? It was like our echo freaking the fuck out. Is Thancred okay?
Master Thancred remains in slumber. Though his vital signs appear stable, he's unresponsive.
Shit. Alright.
What could have done this? And why just him and not the others?
Yeah, that's the confusing part.
I'm afraid we could not identify the cause, my lady. Our examinations revealed no wounds, nor the presence of any poisonous substances.
Gods, that only makes it worse.
Yeah,
So let us
literally.
know the moment there's any change, all right?
Echo just freaked the fuck out. That's what fucking happened. Hello?
Coming. Knowing Thancred, he would apologize for being otherwise engaged at so crucial a juncture.
In gifting us a course of action, Thancred sowed the seed of all that is to follow. We have but to nurture it as best we can. To him, I would say,
Weird.
rest easy, that he may wake to enjoy the fruits of our labors.
Hopefully.
Now, the matter of the mysterious voice must not be forgotten. Will you tell me exactly what happened?
Yeah, let...
Alize and I heard a voice in the moments before Thancred collapsed. It was accompanied by a severe headache, as if something were clutching at our minds. Did you experience the same thing?
Yeah, basically.
So, in between the voice and the pain, you felt as if you were somewhere else entirely.
Yes.
Your testimony confirms my suspicion. That which you experienced was, I believe, your soul being plucked from your flesh. Called.
Okay. I don't like that. Can we stop that? That sounds not good.
I myself examined Thancred.
Okay.
Reach out as I may, I could not sense in him the spark of life that is his soul.
No. Okay.
That Thancred alone was stricken so is likely due to his heightened sensitivity to the effects of ether. A consequence of his prior possession by the Ascian La Hebrea.
Okay.
The owner of the voice, whoever it may be, reached out to you, called your souls, and in so doing, caused you and yours such pain.
Uh-huh.
But if that's true, where exactly are we being called to?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I know not.
Like,
Yet one thing is plain. Whoever waits for you on the other side is possessed of a power unlike any I have ever known.
well, yeah, considering they just took the soul of someone and put it somewhere else. I don't like it.
Forgive us, Lys, but may we leave Thancred in your care for a time?
As if you had to ask. I may not be a scion anymore, but I'm no less a friend. Don't worry. I'll see to it that Thancred's well looked after. Just focus on solving this mystery, all right?
Okay.
Thank you, Lys.
What the fuck? Oh, Final Fantasy, you never cease to, like, twist everything around.
We are dealing with. Nor can we discount the possibility of Ascian involvement.
Fair.
Whoever or whatever is behind this, the sooner we find out, the better.
And the problem is, if that happened to us, what about Alphino and everyone else with an echo? Did it also happen to them as well? Like, are we about to have a lot of fucking issues really quickly? So I can only have an assumption. Kachink. LSA. What the fuck? Oh. We'll meet you there. I'm guessing it happened to him too. Yeah, here the okay. So is everyone with the echo, I think, got affected all at once? Well, yeah, let's go see what he has to say, I guess. What the fuck? Yeah, let's go talk to him. 'Cause that's not okay. Yeah, if we can... You have your own place to run. You two go do your... Or those people go do your thing. Yeah, we'll figure out the whole voice phenomenon that literally affected all of people with echoes. That's fucked. So I was right. So is Alphino okay then? Because I think he has the echo as well, doesn't he?
Urianger! Gods, it's good to see you.
It's good to see that he's okay as well, if he heard the voice.
Would that our meeting were under happier circumstances. I judged the voice sufficient cause for concern even before you sent word of its effect on our comrade.
Yeah, considering it seems to be a major issue.
You heard it too, then?
Yep. Okay, so it's anyone with an echo.
Almost certainly at the selfsame instant. Alas, pained as I was, I could make little sense of what few words did then reach mine ears.
Okay, mister, stop talking in riddles.
Who do you think is responsible? Could this be the Ascians doing?
Could be. No? Oh, no.
That I cannot say. Not when so little is known.
So we have no idea what caused...
Before I indulge in speculation, I would examine Thancred with mine own eyes.
Okay.
To Alamigo then, without further delay.
Now we're going back to Alamigo. Okay.
One other thing. During my visit to the Far East, I observed a strange phenomenon.
Okay.
Thou referrest, I presume, to the localized reduction in etheric density.
Yeah, that's...
Well, that spares me the trouble of an explanation. Yes, I noted precisely that at two apparently unconnected locations. I take it the phenomenon is not limited to the Far East.
Interesting.
Indeed not. Of late, our agents charged with surveilling the beast tribes have spoken of little else. In every corner of the realm, they tell of places in which the ether hath grown thin. Naturally, my suspicions first turned to primal activity, but the areas thus affected betray no evidence of summoning. I must confess to being quite perplexed.
So hold on, there is no primals being
If
summoned,
same
but the
phenomenon
aether's
is
still
being
being
observed in
siphoned?
multiple locations on opposite sides of the world, we may safely discount regional factors. Needless to say, this warrants further investigation.
Yes, it very much does.
Indeed, I shall make it my task to...
Oh, God.
The voice. It calleth to me once more.
No, 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 no. Stay with us, buddy. We need you. Uh-oh. What the fuck? It's like a fucking horror movie. Oh, no.
I hear it too.
It's literally anyone with an echo. Is... Oh, God.
Only you. Only you.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Throw wide the gates.
Or not. You know. Jesus.
No, this can't be happening!
Oh, shit. Not those two as well. Alright, let's get back.
Y'shtola!
Oh, no.
Open your eyes!
What about Alphino? Alphino could be having the same fucking issue, and he's in the middle of fuck nowhere. Oh, God. Okay.
Anything! Not again. Please, not again.
They're not dead, but they're not alive anymore either, because their soul has been called away. I'm so confused. I'm also downright terrified. Oh no. Oh no. Fuck. Alright, Elise, what the fuck is going on? What was all, like... Well, we also, you know... Yeah, no one would have behaved any differently. Oh my god. Yeah, same state in Alamigo. I mean, yeah, but the people we literally needed are now both fucking down. Because they were, like, researching this beforehand. Like, what the fuck? I think you'd be glad to see me. Okay. We'll go, but, we are having some major issues. Like, what if the echo kind of fucks us over while over there? What then? Oh, God. I hate this! Like, three of our Conrads so far are just gone? Like, their soul was ripped out of their bodies or some shit and brought elsewhere? And then one of Alphino is just gone right now, and the two people that, like, knew kind of what to start looking for and knew kind of what was going on were taken. Because, you know, why not, I guess? Oh my fucking god. I hate. Alright. Hate it, but here we are. Ethernet. The aft castle. Go start talking to command and going, hey, we have a problem. Seems like anyone with an echo is getting fucked up. Which is like everyone we know. In the Scions all have the echo. Only a few don't. Like Lise does not, but Lise is no longer a Scion either. Hi. Okay. Ba. I don't remember Guba, but it's been forever since I've seen some of these characters, so I'll probably recognize them as soon as I see them. Oh, him. Yeah, never mind. I know who you are.
Here he is, my lady.
Okay. Oh yeah, they promised to take care of the little dude. Hey, little man. Have you been having headaches?
Gabu, it's been too long.
Oh, is he quiet again?
I'm afraid there's been no change. If he can see or hear us, he has given no sign.
Okay.
I see. You're still fighting. I'm proud of you.
Okay, goodbye.
We promised that we would come and visit you together, didn't we? Alphino and I. I'm sorry that we haven't managed that yet. You know, with the three of us like this, does it not remind you of that night? Of the stars beyond count twinkling in the heavens? I was feeling pretty low back then. Powerless. But I knew that my brother was close by if I needed him, and that the others would be waiting for me back at the Rising Stones.
Yeah.
Not like now. I've seen my share of trouble since coming to Eorzea. Been reminded again and again of my limitations, of how little I can change about this world. And I've come to know the sorrow of parting all too well.
Oh. It'll be fine.
But to have the people I hold dear struck down before my eyes, and be powerless to help them.
Oh.
That I cannot bear.
It wasn't like there's literally nothing we could have done. Yep, you still have me. I am right here.
And for that, I am grateful. I don't know what I would do without you.
I mean, same back to you, considering right now. Hi, babe.
Well, that's more than enough brooding for one day.
Is it though?
Come on.
Dear
We have
God.
friends to save.
I mean, we do, but what if it happens again? You know, because, well then. Alright, at least, where are we going now? Turn to the Rising Stones. Okay. Alright, let's go. God damn. Well, that was a series of fucking unfortunate events that happened back to back. How could this get any fucking worse? Who knows? Dear God. we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like, I'm still processing that information. Dear God. Alright, Elise. What now? What do we do now? Yeah, they're both amongst the stricken. Yeah, we all need to continue the fight. Da, 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 da. Alright. It's gonna fucking happen now. Don't like it. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Yeah, what the fuck, guys? I don't like it. Okay.
The Populares no longer present an obstacle. Now is the time to bring the Empire's might to bear. A word from your Radiance is all it takes. But one word, and the Imperial army will fall upon Alamigo as a pack of bloodthirsty wolves and tear that feeble nation apart.
Or we could not.
Have you no words for me?
Oh, is this the actual son or not?
Despite the lengths I go to, an emissary playing the part of a fool. When first I took this face, I swore to use all of my knowledge, all of my
this is
power
Yassian.
to further the cause of the Empire. My deeds stand testament to my commitment. And with this adamant flesh at my disposal, I could destroy the Icon Slayer as easily as one might swat a fly. Why do you hesitate? Our enemy is resourceful. Though victory is certain now, it will not remain so indefinitely. Deliberate if you must, but be quick about it. You'll speak again when you have unburdened yourself of doubt. Until then, I take my leave, Father.
Oh. Yeah, alright. It's not creepy as fuck. So if there's two of him, does that mean he's from, like, another realm?
I should be the one to sigh.
Oh.
I played my part to perfection. I had earned my rest, and then, thanks to La Habrea's crowning act of idiocy, our favorite emissary sees fit to summon me back.
Oh, who the fuck are you?
Elidibus was ever a warrior. A most tiresome trait, would you not agree? What? Have you no words for me either? No matter. I've long grown weary of this mummery.
Uh-huh.
Now, my dearest grandson, let me remind you of your place in the simplest of terms.
Fuck? So confused.
You do not make judgments, you administer them. Swiftly and to the letter. Naught else is your concern.
Okay.
Elidibus may be an insufferable bore, but he is no fool. His choices as emissary seldom err.
Mm-hmm. I don't like this.
If aught threatens the balance twixt light and dark, it falls to you to remove it. Be it by your own hands or by your armies, you have ample means at your disposal.
Okay.
That is why this empire exists, why I built it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh dear, have I touched a nerve? You always were an easy one to read.
I don't like you either.
I pity you, I do. As they say, ignorance is bliss. And I know how much happier you would be not knowing the things you know.
Okay.
The founding father was an Ascian, and he created the Empire solely for the purpose of sowing the seeds of chaos.
Oh, okay. So that's why I don't like the Empire and they all seem like crazy bastards. 'Cause they are crazy bastards.
I merely do my duty.
Got it.
To bring about a calamity requires no small amount of power, and there is no surer way to obtain such power than by collecting powerful.
Dude, seriously. What the fuck?
To that end, I have labored long and hard, and I must say I am quite pleased with my handiwork, paltry though it seems in comparison to Alec.
Huh? Oh, well, he got shot. He shot him. Goody. Alright. Don't be crazy, motherfuckers.
You fiends are overfond of your own voices.
I can agree with that.
Mark me, Ascian. Man is the master of his own destiny.
Okay. But aren't Ascians, like, immortal? So you just shot him and he'll just come back later. But mad at you now. Oh, would you look at that? Yeah.
Such a waste of time and energy, both yours and mine.
Alright. That's what I thought.
Lest you forget you are Emperor now. If you wish to spout drivel about man's destiny, save it for the masses. It will serve to give them a sense of purpose, and you pliant pieces for the game.
Yeah.
Oh, do stop sulking, boy. You of all people should understand. Ours is a struggle to restore both mankind and the world to their rightful state. Viewed thus, our goals are one and the same.
Is it though? Is it though? Well done. I hate that with a passion. Resistance encampment somewhere in the Empire. Okay. Somewhere in the Empire. Okay. Those are the guys that kill Ascians for fun. Somehow. the world? What are you looking at? Oh shit. Everyone with an echo, I forgot, had a fucking issue. What the fuck? I forgot. Those people probably all had the echo, huh? They probably don't anymore. Oh no, they're all dead. So that's different. Finally used what? Oh shit, alright, so bioweapons is what's going on. Okay. Okay, well, they have a whole nother issue now. Did they even know about, like, people with the echo fucking falling and just being kind of dead, not dead? Yeah. That's kind of the Ascian's way. Yeah, it does bear that, but Black Rose cannot be allowed to kill again. I mean, that's kind of the whole plan, is to put an end to their plans, but... what the fuck? That's such an interesting change in music. Just saying. What the fuck? Imagine her being at her wit's end.
I'm glad you've come, though I'm afraid there's little in the way of good news.
Well, fair.
After you left, we reached out to both the Alchemists Guild and Stillglade Fane and attempted all manner of treatments. But the results were always the same. Whatever the answer is, it's not alchemy or conjuring.
Well, yeah, we kind of could have guessed that to start with.
And not me. Out of all of us, they are the ones who could feasibly have solved this puzzle.
Seriously, though, the fact that those two are the ones that got.
Where do we even start?
I don't know where to start.
A grave situation indeed. Might I be of some assistance?
Who's that? Oh, fuck, yeah. Little...
Kryle, I did not think you well enough to travel.
Hell yeah, we need help.
When word reached me of the plight of our friends, I could not well stay away. As a fellow scion, not to mention your erstwhile mentor, this is one of those times you should feel free to call on me, regardless of my personal circumstances.
Well, hear me out. Personal circumstances were kind of fucked.
Thank you for coming, Kryle. We would welcome your insight.
Did they have the issue too? I know they have the echoes, so did they not get any headaches?
Now, what's this I hear about Alphino heading into Imperial territory? That boy always did have some funny ideas. Do you remember the speech he gave when he was accepted to the Studium?
Uh-oh.
My life's goal is naught less than the salvation of this star.
Oof. I'm just here.
Has been a source of great embarrassment to him, as you know. But
The fact of the matter is, he meant every word and has lived his life accordingly.
You're right.
Yes, he remains altruistic to a fault, but I'm worried he was too fixated on his goals to see the dangers, as has happened before.
Yeah, that's Alphino, though, to be fair.
Don't be so concerned. Though his values remain the same, Alphino is not the blinkered boy he once was. Slowly but surely his eyes have been opened, thanks to a certain someone.
I've done nothing.
A certain someone whom he'd be mortified to learn had heard about his little speech. Mum's the word, eh?
That's fucking funny.
Right, I'd better have a look at our patients. They're in the infirmary, I assume. I'll need absolute quiet, so it would be best if I did this alone. If you'll excuse me.
You're excused. But at the same time, I'm curious why they didn't get a headache then and hear it all too. Unless their echo is gone from that machine putting it into someone else. Unless that's not how that happened. Don't know. They haven't really explained that part of it yet.
All three are in fine physical health. At a glance, I would say they were merely sound asleep.
Uh-huh.
Except for the fact that I couldn't sense the slightest trace of them in their bodies. It's as if their souls have taken leave of their physical forms.
Yes, it has. That's kind of the problem we've ran into.
The Elder Seedseer made a similar observation.
I've read the report. When you heard this mysterious voice, you described feeling as if you were somewhere else, yes?
Yeah. 100%. Not all signs have the echo. Maybe you and Kraut. Yeah. But so was Thancred had it, I thought, as well. And same with everyone that's fallen ill so far. I thought it had it as well.
Then it may be possible to follow.
No, that makes way more sense.
Just as we did in our search for Thancred.
I love you too, and I'll talk to you later. Interesting. So it's just chosen people are getting sucked out?
But I can't imagine it was easy.
Interesting.
Oh, it wasn't. But that's no reason not to try.
No, that's fair. That makes more sense now.
If I'm even to make the attempt. So I suggest we pay her a visit.
Oh, we get to go see Grandma again? That's fine with me. Okay, I need to go here, because it's the closest one there. Interesting. No, you have a point. That's 100% why. I thought they had it too, which is why they were freaking the hell out. But if that's not the case, and random people are getting pulled into wherever that is. Oh, fuck. Alright. I don't like it. It's not a great time. There's so many issues now, and I hate them all. Alright, let's see. You go talk to Grandma and be like, Grandma, we have a fucking problem. Bad things are happening. And I don't like any of it. Now we get to go talk to Grandma and be like, hey, you know your student? Yeah, they're in like an eternal slumber, but their souls are missing too. Just keep that in mind. They're getting ripped somewhere else. And at any moment, that could happen to us too. So, you know, it's a great time. Or LSA. That would suck. Ba-dum-ba-dum-bum-bum. I will not join the fate. You can leave me alone. Alright, I'll say, what the fuck? Well, yeah, so you can overlook it if she agrees to help, which I'm sure she will be more than interested.
Disturb my peace again, have you?
Yep.
I hide myself away in a cave, and still you insist on pestering me with your problems.
I'm gonna pester you, Grandma. That's what you're here for.
Oh, I mistook you for young what's-his-name, but I see now you're the sister. Weren't you supposed to be the lively one? I've seen happier faces at a rain-sodden burial.
Yeah, well, we have major issues.
I'm sorry to dash your expectations, but the situation isn't exactly conducive to gaiety.
Ha! That's more like it. Stoller used to spit and hiss like a wildcat too. Better for a young thing like you to be filled with fire and leave the doom and gloom to your elders.
Yep,
Now,
she's doing it on purpose, sorry to tell you.
Tragic situation of yours have to do with me.
A lot.
If I may, Master Matoya, we have need of your crystal eye once more.
Here's the situation. Bad things are happening.
And Stoller is one of the afflicted, is she?
Yep.
Very well. She may be an ungrateful stray, but she's my ungrateful stray, and I'll not see her buried before I am.
Yay, Grandma help. Just 'cause spite. Alright. Let's go see them, see what your crystal ball tells us. Or yeah, I forgot they can just use it here, huh?
Let us see what we can see.
Yep.
I'll begin from where our friends first fell and cast my senses out from there.
Okay.
What is it? Did you find them?
This doesn't make sense. How is it even possible?
Uh-oh. What do we find out?
Possible. Kryl, what did you see?
The threads, they just ended. And no, I didn't lose track of them. I followed them as far as they went. It's as if they were cut off.
Which means what?
Have dissipated if it had. Oh gods. Their bodies are just husks. It's like the brood mother's daughter all over again.
Oh no.
No, this is different. The Kalyana girl was already dead, body and soul, when Lakshmi effected her resurrection.
Uh-huh.
Aye, let's not jump to conclusions. If their physical forms yet breathe and show no signs of wasting, then it follows that their souls must still be intact somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, but where?
Question, isn't it, girl? Death has not taken them to the ethereal sea, yet there are no tracks left for us to follow.
So we just let it go?
We're no closer to an answer than when we started. But knowing their souls are still out there is progress of a sort. We just have to keep looking.
Agreed. It's just
Pray, excuse
wearing
me.
out.
Yes? I remember, but... What, to Alamigo? We're on our way. That was Lise. Apparently, a group of Populares have defected to Alamigo, and Maxima, the envoy Alphino left with, is one of them.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I realize we've barely begun here, but...
These two can stay and figure it out.
You've made up your mind, and life's too short for dithering.
Love you too, Grandma. Goodbye.
Do some digging in the meantime and see if there isn't some other method we could use to continue the search.
Okay.
Let's be off then.
Yep, let's go fucking help. Fuck. Whoa.
Not again. The enchantment barely seems to take these days. I chalk it up to old age, but I rather doubt it's that.
Aether's dying here, isn't it?
Before they took ill, Y'shtola and Urianger were sharing notes.
Yeah,
on
thinning of
the
Aether.
ether.
Mm.
It seems to be happening all over.
Does it now? And here I was, all set to blame my woes on that creaking mountain of refuse clogging up the Thaliac. I fear something has gone awry. Still, there's naught to be gained from starting in shadows. You can only do what can be done, and that but one thing at a time.
Yes. But even if your magic is starting to, like, your enchantments are starting to just, like, die quicker and quicker and quicker, where's the Aether going? Yeah, you guys should have that conversation. But now we need to go to the defectors. Yeah, there's no point in speculating, let's just go. Yeah. Krell, go search for all of our friends. We'll deal with this BS that we gotta deal with. Okay. Alright, to the Alamigan quarter. Let's go. And get lost in there and then find my way again. I'm probably taking the long way around to go do things. But we will never find out. Because I'm curious if I go that way, but I don't think that way works. Because I think if I go this way and around again, that I should be fine. We'll see. Yep, okay. Alright, resistance guard. Where are we going? Yep, let's go back to the Royal Palace again. Alright, you guys, what the hell happened? Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm sorry to drag you halfway across the realm, but when Maxima mentioned Alphino, I thought you'd want to hear the news in person.
Well, yeah. 100%.
Ah, we meet again. Though I was hoping our reunion would be under more auspicious circumstances.
What happened to my brother? Where is Alphino?
Yeah, your buddy Maximus is back. Yeah, buddy.
Never fear, my lady. Your brother was in fine health when I took my leave of him, and I have no reason to assume that has changed.
Okay.
You assume?
Say.
If you will allow me, I shall endeavor to explain events.
Okay, so now he's gonna sit there and explain everything.
Our troubles began not long after we departed Doma. While crossing the burn, we were fired upon by the Emperor's personal guard and forced to make an emergency landing. As we stumbled from the wreckage, our attackers fell upon us again, and we would have perished there and then were it not for the intercession of a third party, a band of mercenaries whose leader claimed to pursue a vendetta against the Ascians. This Shadow Hunter, as he styled himself, then escorted us out of the wastes to relative safety. Upon arriving back in civilization, I gathered my Populares colleagues and prepared to flee the Empire. Master Alphino, however, declined the invitation to join us, preferring to continue his investigation into the Ascian threat.
God damn it, Alphino, of course you did.
Well, at least he's not lying in a heap in the burn.
That's fair. We know he's
Tell us
alive.
about these Ascian hunters. Who are they? And is Alphino still with them?
He is. As to who they are, I'm afraid I have nothing to tell you. Beyond the fact that they root out and destroy Ascians, they were unwilling to divulge anything which might serve to identify them.
Interesting.
They would not even reveal their next destination. But Master Alphino asked to accompany them all the same.
Okay.
Since parting company with your brother, we've been engaged in a game of cat and mouse with the Emperor's guard. We made our way through province after province, finding the army busy restoring order wherever we went, until we finally arrived here in Alamigo. I cannot thank Commander
Ads are going
Alphino
to start in
enough
about
for
40
giving such an
seconds.
unexpectedly warm welcome.
I'm not inclined to turn away refugees, no matter which land they call home. And if they can tell me how things lie in Garlemald, all the better.
Fair.
On that subject, there is much I would tell you. During the course of our journey, we heard tales that an entire rebel army had been slaughtered in the space of a single night. It would seem my former comrades grew tired of putting down uprisings in the conventional manner, and chose instead to bring a formidable new weapon to bear. Details were sparse, but the rumor alone was enough to dampen the flames of rebellion. I have also heard reports that several companies have withdrawn from their designated provinces and begun marching westward. It is my assessment that the Empire's forces are mobilizing for a large-scale military engagement.
With who?
Westwood? You mean they're getting ready to invade Alamigo?
Oh, yeah, that's where we are right now.
This was coming, but not that it would be so soon.
We've barely even begun to shore up our defenses. They won't stop an invading army.
That's fair.
No, they won't.
But we have allies.
Dispatch messengers to the Alliance leadership requesting reinforcements, and send word to our officers in the field to hasten completion of those border fortifications. Prepare to meet the Imperials head on!
Yeah, that's all we can do.
No matter how quickly we act, we still want for time. When the enemy comes into view, our best recourse will be to open negotiations with their commander, and see that the ensuing proceedings take as long as possible.
Okay.
Would you and Alize head to Doma and let Lord Hien know about this? I'm sure he'll want to hear about Alphino too.
Consider it done. We'll send word when...
Oh, shit. It's happening again. No!
Sorrow must be changed. Ahead looms a calamity. Eon become instant. Throw wide the gates.
You heard it too.
Yep.
Well,
And I hate every word.
at least we're both still standing.
For now.
Oh, thank the gods. I thought we'd lost you for a moment there. Why does this keep happening?
We're trying to figure that out.
Nothing we've tried has brought us any closer to an answer. We'll keep working on it. But first, we need to go and see Lord Hien.
Okay. Here we go. Let's hopefully nothing bad happened over there. Alright, I'll say. Yep, now we gotta worry about a full-scale invasion. To the Enclave! Hiding. I am spending so much gil on teleportation. But I'm also gaining a ton through quests, so it's okay. Maximus is back. Yay. Were they allies though? Were they really? I don't know. Sorry, I'm replying to a text that I didn't see that I had. Anyway. Oh, let's see if anyone got affected over here. I can only assume it's gonna be a great time. And if no one got affected over here, great. But now I don't know whom could be having headaches and not. Hey, what's up? We have a problem. Allies are about to be attacked. Oh yeah. So they are having a good time, and now... Oh yeah, the neighbors that okay, are also here now. Awesome. Yeah, single purpose, to fight the Gallian Empire. We have a problem. Yeah, we might need your strength already. Here's the problem. Alamigo's about to get fucked. And attacked. Yep, and we know Alphino's okay for the time being. Yep. Yeah, we need to get... Yep, the all-important barrier. We need to get that barrier up. They have finished calibrating the generators and are proceeding to testing stages. Wait a minute. Is that not a shield? And is that fucking things up and opening, like, the quote-unquote gates that our head is, like, the voice in our head is talking about? I have a bad feeling. Because every time they've tested it so far, has, it... like, gave us a headache? I don't know. I might be overthinking a smidge. But we'll see. Give me that. Alright. Let's open the... turn on the barrier. Oh, God. In here, I gotta zoom in a smidge. Yeah, let's see this energy barrier. Draw me over the overlook. Okay. Gotta go back there again. Which means another teleportation. Because you're not gonna take me with you. Because if only it did that and it were that simple. But yep. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to him. Let's get back to the burn and activate the one thing and see what BS happens now. Alright, let's see. Because we are assuming it's an energy barrier. But also, not really good with that tech. 100% fair. Yep, let's head to the burn again. Hopefully this time not have to do a dungeon and fight the ice mist dragon. You know, whatever it was. Dun 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 dun. Now, does that look like a barrier thing to you? That looks a little different than a barrier. I have a bad feeling.
It seems the engineers have matters well in hand.
Let's see that.
Should the barrier work as we intend, Doma will be free to reinforce her allies in Alamigo without fear of weakening her own borders.
Yep. So let's hope this works.
Honored friends, the time has come to put your hard work to the test. Start the generator.
Mm-hmm. The generator. Yep. It's gonna definitely do what we think it's going to. Aye, it did.
Node 1 is operational. Nodes 2 to 8 are reporting similar energy levels. The barrier is forming.
Okay. Did we do it then?
1,000 yards. 2,000. 3,000. Expansion remains smooth. No fluctuations detected.
Okay.
Target altitude reached. The barrier is holding steady at 5,000 yards. We've done it.
Hey, Wes. How you doing? Looks like we've done it. All right. The barrier's up. Is that friendly?
Imperial airship. Of all the rotten timing.
Well, now we can see if it...
Mistress Alize.
Yeah.
Test our new wall for us.
We could we could see if it works.
Seems solid enough, though I was hoping for a fireball.
Oh, you know, just chilling. Fair. Well. Oh, shit. Put down the barrier. We have an issue.
It's Alpha, no.
Playing some New World Enchanted.
What are you?
Yeah, seriously, it's the oh shit moment.
Where's my brother?
Lower the barrier.
Alright. Oh. I'm glad that ship didn't get instantly destroyed by flying into your barrier. Let me guess, he had a headache and fell over?
Be at ease, girl. The lad is not dead, merely locked in slumber.
Yup, shit.
No, not him too.
Yeah, him too. Shit. More and more of us are starting to fall to whatever this bullshit is. Yeah, I was watching your stream there for a while, Wes.
We could identify no cause and found no remedy. Thus I sought to return him to Doma, and into the arms of Lord Hien himself, it would seem. It is a day for fated reunions. Would you not agree, adventurer? Or should I address you as the Warrior of Light?
The fact that we have such a reputation. Yeah, he has all sorts of Ascian masks, just like hanging on him. Yeah, the Black Wolf.
Aye, Gaius van Baelsar, the Black Wolf. That was the title I was given. One I have long since relinquished.
Oh shit, this is Gaius? What the fuck? That makes so much more sense now. I saw the weapon.
The legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion died in Castrum Meridianum. I am no more than Gaius Baelsar, a man without rank or allegiance.
Okay.
Impossible. There's no way you could have survived.
Do you remember how it unfolded?
Yes, kind of.
How I was deceived by La Habrea? How I was convinced that reviving the Ultima weapon would allow me to bring peace to Eorzea?
Uh-huh.
The Ascian used me, as he used so many others, all to further the restoration of his wretched god. Yet even with the might of Alec at my command, you bested me. And as the Praetorium went up in flames, I was content to burn along with it. For a moment, at least. A moment of folly. To surrender my life thus would have been to betray all who died for my cause. It was for them
Mr.
that
Such
I dragged myself
devastation.
free of the rubble, and
That's
swore
funny.
vengeance on the Ascians.
That's cool. Can I have your coat?
The Black Wolf has shed his pelt, never to return to Garlemald or her legions. I live now only to exact revenge.
Fair.
My principal quarry was to be La Habrea, whom I gather you have since ushered onto oblivion.
Yes.
But so many more remain. Long as their kind lurked in the shadows, laboring to sow chaos throughout our world, I would see each and every one dragged into the light and put to the sword.
I don't blame you.
Not of like mind?
No.
In a single respect, perhaps.
Yeah, in this thing,
Then
yes.
I shall continue the partnership the boy began, and share what intelligence I have acquired.
Alright, boy.
Among the Ascians, the Black-Masked Ilk are subordinate to those who wear red. This you already know.
Yep.
Yet among the red there exists a hierarchy. Those set adrift with the shards clearly stand below those still joined to the source.
Okay.
Nabriales, who once dared to intrude upon the Rising Stones, belonged to the former group, and while he was indeed a dangerous foe, his powers were inconsequential next to the paragons of the Source.
Okay.
The first was La Habrea, who plagues us no more. There is also the white-robed Elidibus, and the elusive Emmet Selk, about whom little is known.
Okay.
We have files on La Habrea and Elidibus, but I believe this Emmet Selk is new to us.
It is, so... This sucks.
I assume my brother told you. We have evidence to suggest that an Ascian now walks in the body of the Crown Prince. Have you identified this interloper?
Elidibus seems the most likely culprit. As emissary, it is his role to maintain the equilibrium between darkness and light.
Okay.
Your many deeds in Heidelind's name have upset the balance, and I believe he seeks to restore it by throwing his considerable power behind the Empire. As a leader of the Ascians, he is one of our primary targets.
Okay.
It was on the trail of this very prey that the boy and I came across the scene of a failed uprising. In the absence of a single Garlean casualty, we inspected the bodies of the rebels, and the lack of any external injury drew my immediate attention.
Mm-hmm.
They had been slain by Black Rose, an alchemical invention of the Imperial Army. When I yet served as legatus, I ordered its production halted and all stockpiles destroyed. Toxic gas is not a tool of conquest, but of extermination.
It very much is.
Toxic gas? This must be the new weapon Maxima warned us about. Something deadly enough to sweep away all resistance in a matter of hours. Gods. You don't think they're planning to use this in Alamigo, do you?
Yes.
Put your fears to rest. We infiltrated the production facility and destroyed all existing stores of the chemical along with the plant itself. Even should they rebuild the operation, they will not soon manufacture another batch.
Never mind. Ah, thank God.
Regardless, I would draw your attention to a directive we discovered in the plant's records. The document was marked with a recent date and authorized with the signature of one Zeno Galvas.
Of course it was.
A dead man signing the death warrant for thousands. 'Tis bad comedy.
Alright, fair enough.
But the tale does not end there. Within that same facility was a chamber filled with devices of elegant design. Cloning technology, we realized.
Ah, shit.
And what should we find in each and every incubator? But a young Emperor Solus.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All of which prompts the question, were the Ascians responsible for these abominations, or was it the will of the Emperor? I must know which hand guides the Empire. Though I have given up my rank, I am yet a son of Garlemald, and I will fight for the future of my homeland.
Yeah. Will you now?
It is time I return to the hunting of shadows. We should focus on our common foe. To reopen old quarrels now would serve no purpose.
You're right.
You saved my brother's life, so I'm willing to let sleeping dogs lie. But in truth, it's not my decision to make.
Yeah, there's more important matters at hand. And I'm pretty sure I forgot all about you while doing Heavensward, so.
Those who place their faith in false gods, even as I, in my blinkered conviction, place mine in Ascian promises. Unlike yours, my strength of will and my restraint was found wanting. We shall meet again, warrior of light.
Well, hopefully under better circumstances. Goodbye.
So that was the infamous Black Wolf. An unexpected
Yeah,
to say the least.
that was not, I did not expect that. I knew the blade looked familiar, and I didn't connect the dots when I saw him the first time.
Well, I am content to leave the fine-tuning of the barrier to cleverer minds. Let us bid our friends from the Ironworks farewell, and see what can be done for Alphino back in Dorma.
Yep, let's see if he has the same issue, which I bet he does. And then we still have a problem. Alright, barrier, go back up. Hey, you took me back. Thank you. Fine. What the fuck? Een. That's what your name is. Examine him as we speak. And we guess no soul, but he's just sleeping. As far as they can tell. Yep, no outward signs of illness. Just like the others. Yeah, we need to find a way to wake him, but like, where's everyone going? Yep, we need to bolster Alamigo immediately. Yeah, I mean, you got to figure out how we're gonna do things. Okay. Yep, get his body with the others and we'll figure it out. Yeah, form a vanguard. Let's do this. Yeah, with the East helping, this should hopefully be enough to stop the Empire from just absolutely destroying Alamigo again. Oh, it's Black Rose Chemical Plant. You know, the thing that he said that he took down. Seems very operational to me.
Our supplies of Black Rose have been ruined, but the new plant is already under construction. We should have the first batch ready in time for the offensive, Your Radiance. See that you do.
Shit.
Ah, yes, the infamous Black Rose. If I recall correctly, Gaius did not much care for the invention.
You're right. He didn't. I don't either.
A ruthless and indiscriminate weapon indeed, this airborne poison. It seems you are capable of making decisions worthy of your bloodline.
With no gift for sorcery, we Garleans must look to Magitech to even the odds. If it spares the needless deaths of our soldiers and serves the cause of this empire, there is no method I would not employ.
Sure.
How very noble of you.
Yeah, I guess.
Truly, though, I must commend you for embracing your role as Emperor. You play the part of the determined ruler well. Sometimes even I catch myself.
Wait. Is he an Ascian too?
A silent agent of death. Now that I think on it, Black Rose may well possess the perfect aspect.
Of what?
Slowly but surely, the deluge of light has worked upon the ether here in the source, and the gas should be most susceptible to its influence.
Okay.
Well, I shall leave you to your own devices. Go forth and bloody the land with your grand and glorious war.
I don't think it's going to be a glorious war. For some reason, I feel like there's going to be a major issue. I don't know why. I have a feeling.
What precisely?
Need you ask? I will be doing what all Ascians do.
Which is zone chaos.
That your kind exists only to usher in the next calamity. But you seem oblivious to the harm your singular agenda causes to the Empire. You cannot have forgotten the events which followed your mortal demise.
Yeah. Woo, Wes, you're so fucking close, dude.
Our homeland was plunged into a civil war for your failure to name a successor. The edifice you so carefully constructed was but a hair's breadth from collapse.
That was the point.
So naive? You thought me oblivious to the consequences of a departure so painstakingly timed?
He did it on purpose. Weird.
By design?
Yes. You're finally catching on.
Of course it was. Though I will admit the resulting panic exceeded even my wildest expectations. But how can you be surprised? Throwing the world into disarray was the very purpose for which this nation was, as you say, so carefully constructed.
He's a fucking madman. Why are you working for a madman?
Now, if you have no further questions, I must be on my way.
Mainly you can't kill him, but, you know, he's a fucking madman.
We may not meet again in this lifetime. It would be remiss of me not to offer a word or two of gratitude. I really must thank you for this surplus of vessels. I can mold any host into my own image, but having bodies tailor-made for me in this fashion is so much less tiresome. You dabbled in elegant cloning techniques, yes? It certainly is a compelling, not to mention entertaining, field of research.
Crazy person.
And of all the options available, you chose the founding father on whom to experiment. You have a twisted streak to you, Varus, like grandsire, like grandson, hey?
I guess. I mean, the Empire's all fucked up. They're all fucked.
This will become something of a family enterprise.
I hope not.
You will be the capstone of this world, I the anchor and shard, and together we will give the lie to this star's fraudulent existence.
Alright, crazy. I hate the Empire so bloody much. They are lunatics, all of them. Hide. Parlay on the front lines. Yep. Let's go. As soon as we go and do everything, I have a command for you. Okay. Least in the Alliance at a base camp near Alamigo's northwestern border. Let's not keep them waiting. Yeah, let's not. Oh my fucking god. I thought we were done fighting the Empire, and the Empire goes and does stuff like this, and then I have a realization of, oh wait, yeah, they're kind of insane motherfuckers. Never mind. They are really fucked up. Let's go deal with it, I guess. Alright, resistance fighter. Yep. Let's go to the headquarters, wherever that is. Is it gonna have a teleporty spot here too? It costs me like 1,000 more to be teleporting around? No? Okay, so we got cannons set up. We got all the alliances are here. Everyone's working together. Alright. We are here.
Welcome back, you two. Greetings, Lord here. Glad you could join us.
Glad to be here. I would have come sooner, where our own defense is not in question, but I am pleased to report that our soldiers are assembling for deployment to Alamigo as we speak.
We're grateful for your support. Thanks to the efforts of our allies, it won't be long before we've established defensive positions on this front as well.
Cool. Alright.
We have some good news too. Alphino has come back to us. As for the bad news,
He's also in that slumber state as well. I don't know what it is, and I don't like it.
Alphino won't wake up. Gaius van Baelsar is alive and hunting Ascians, and the Empire is planning to poison us all with toxic gas. Does that sound about right?
I mean, yeah.
Ordinarily, any one of those things would have left me in shock. But the way things have been lately, it's all starting to seem pretty normal.
Yeah, that's kind of the sad part, isn't it?
Getting back to your report, are we sure this Black Rose is the weapon Maxima was talking about?
It fits the description. And it seems we have Alphino to thank for sparing us an early demonstration of its effectiveness. I have a feeling this won't be the last time his bravery in the Empire will serve us here in Eorzea.
Yeah, that's Alphino for you.
The threat of an unknown weapon has had us all on edge. But now that we know what we're dealing with, we can take steps to defend against it.
Yep, everyone gets a gas mask.
As for Gaius, I'm not sure what to think. Am I happy he's alive? Not in the slightest. Am I happy he's hunting Ascians? Aye, I'd have to say I am.
Yeah, I was about to say he's hunting Ascians. I'm not gonna complain.
Speaking of Garleans you didn't expect to see, we have a tale of our own, as it happens. When we sent envoys to the Imperial Army to request talks, they returned with the message that Varys Zos Galvus would be attending.
Interesting.
The Emperor himself. Well, Varys did sanction the Popularis peace mission. But knowing that an Ascian walks in his son's skin, I do not see how we can trust him or anyone from that nest of
We
vipers.
can't.
The Alliance would proceed with negotiations regardless, if only to give ourselves more time to prepare. We do, however, require your cooperation.
Okay.
Right. Yes. So, as a condition for the talks to go forward, the Empire has requested that a member of the Scions be present. There'll be a representative from each
Dude, it just takes time. I'm gonna be honest.
afraid we have
It's
to
just
ask
the
the
average
Empire
of 3, but it takes average of 30 days worth. So if your 30 days is filled with 0, like you didn't stream, or filled with, like the 1 or 2, 3, 4 streams that you didn't really have very many people, or you didn't have a very consistent, not gonna get there as much. Just because you have 4 to 8 people watching your streams at any time doesn't mean that's what the average is going to be. It's very confusing. Because it depends on how long they were watching and for time and length.
Politics. But then, what choice do I have? Alphino and the others aren't going to do it.
Yeah, I know you hate
Very
politics, but
I
you
shall
should go.
attend as the Scion's representative.
Yep. Or I could be there with
In
you.
case you're wondering why I didn't ask you, the Empire also requested the presence of
Oh.
Eorzea's champion.
Alright. Fair enough. I'll be there. No time in being
That's settled then.
confused
we
about
don't
it.
know what Varys means to bring to the table, or why he wants you there, but having you close at hand will make all the difference.
You're right, because what if they do another summoning?
The meeting will take place on the border.
Yep,
Anticipating an
because
early
it
assault, we mean to position
takes the
local
tab
forces
and
nearby.
puts it in the background processes when you do that. If you mute Twitch, you gotta keep them at like 1%. Otherwise it doesn't count.
The Alliance leaders should already be on their way.
Because the tab will shut itself off.
You can head out and join them.
The power save. Now, the only time that does count is if they're talking in chat, I think. Like, every few minutes. Yep, I saw Legacy. I am interested to see how well that works. Alright, let's parlay with the Emperor, shall we? Fuck. I don't want to. Yep, set mine to 1% and I'm off doing something else. That's what I normally do as well. Especially when I raid out to people, I have them until they raid at someone else and then I jump off. But that's how it works. Alright, we're all here in one room with the Emperor himself of the Empire. Oh. Hey, bud. I don't like this. None of us like this.
esteemed representatives of the Eorzean Alliance. On behalf of the Garlean Empire, I thank you for inviting me here today. As this parley was convened at your request, I invite you to speak first.
Very well, Your Radiance. I, Nanimo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, should be pleased to oblige you.
Oh, he's very annoying. Yeah, I don't like the Empire at all.
Events in Alamigo and Doma have made plain, the subjugation and exploitation of neighboring nations is not a sustainable policy. Should this day end in war, you may very well defeat us, but you will never extinguish the people's desire for freedom. Though it may not be in our lifetime, there will be another revolution, another war, and the cycle will continue.
I had to come in and help my brother fix his PC. What was wrong with his PC? Your family and PCs do not get along.
Has entered into a concord with the nations of Eorzea, a partnership wherein we recognize one another as equals. Garlemald could be afforded similar treatment. You need only set aside your ambitions and join us in paving a path towards peace.
Same as yours, motherboard. Dear God, you and him have issues with PCs in the same goddamn way. That's wild.
You will not win me over with sophistry, Your Grace. As you know only too well, this alliance lacks the strength to keep the peace within its own borders. Even now, your struggles with the Beastmen continue unabated.
No, that could easily be an update to the motherboard, broke it, especially if it was the same brand. Yeah.
Divided, you sow this fertile soil with the seeds of your differences and reap naught but discord and chaos for your trouble. Eorzea must be united under one leader, one purpose. I would offer you both and bring an end to your strife.
With all due respect, Your Radiance, the only thing that you offered the people of Alamigo was fear and hopelessness.
The citizens of Doma can also attest to the meager arms of Imperial rule. There is no purpose to be found in a life of oppression, each day more uncertain than the last.
Yep.
Our people are willing to die for their freedom. A great many already have, and countless more will, if we don't put an end to this madness here and now.
We brought order and stability to your lives. This madness and bloodshed is of your own making. You broke the peace, not Garlemald.
No. Mike's didn't update once it broke.
You kill our peoples, despoil
Yeah.
our lands, take everything that is ours. And what? You expect us to lick the boot that grinds our faces into the dirt?
I expect you to weigh the costs. To recognize that countless lives have been lost on both sides in pursuit of a greater good, and to not squander all we have achieved in a fit of petulance.
Your Radiance, I fear I can personally attest to the dangers of pursuing one's vision with such righteous fervor. For 1,000 years, the Holy See of Ishgard waged war with dragons.
Yes, they did.
1,000 years of sacrifice, of sorrow and hate, in which we bathed in the blood of friend and foe alike. Had it gone on any longer, we may well have drowned.
Yep.
Yet we have chosen to raise ourselves out of this bloody spiral, and have since made peace with our former enemy.
So I understand. No doubt the dragons were more receptive to your overtures in the wake of their leader's demise. You speak of peace, yet use war to achieve it. Your father would not have bothered to obscure his intent with honeyed words. He understood that strength is all that matters in the end.
Everyone's trying to convince the Emperor otherwise, and he will not listen to a word any of them are saying right now.
Without his clarity of vision, I can but wonder what will become of Ishgard and her people. There was a time when Garlemald too lacked a leader of conviction. Weak and unable to wield magic, we were at the mercy of the strong from whom we sought refuge in the bitter cold of the north. Were it not for the discovery of Ceruleum and the subsequent development of Magitech, we might never have gained the power to take back that which was rightfully ours.
You speak as if your people were the first to have been driven from their homes. Limsa Lominsa was built by wayward souls in search of a place to call their own. On the shores of Vilbrand we found it. And from those humble beginnings did we grow and flourish. And all without robbing our neighbors of their liberty.
So saith the pirate. Am I to believe that you simply asked the kobolds to yield up their lands and that they were happy to oblige you? That you did not drive them out like rats in the hold of one of the many ships seized by your privateers?
Yeah, no one's innocent here.
I will concede that after centuries of exile, reclamation may be mistaken for invasion. Nevertheless, it is not. And those who till stolen soil have no right to object when cast out in turn.
Well, we didn't... I don't think it was stolen from you, though.
Your uncompromising nature rivals that of the Ixal.
Yes, very much
They too
so.
lament circumstances which they themselves perpetuate. Were they but to embrace peace, we would welcome them with open arms. Indeed, some few have done just that, and now receive of the Twelve's Woods bounty. Would that your people might learn from their example.
You dare compare us to the Birdmen? You who thought to invoke the 12 and threaten all of creation?
Well, he does not give a shit.
I came here in the hope of finding some speck of common ground, but I see now these discussions will accomplish nothing.
Well, we have a point, and you're just sitting there moping.
Despite what you people may believe, I am not wont to choose the sword over the olive branch. 'Tis but a pity men are loath to accept one without first being shown the other.
Wait! I beg you. This meeting was supposed to be a chance to find a way forward together, not to bemoan the missteps which brought us here. Please. If you truly consider violence a last resort, there must be a way we can come to an agreement.
As Mistress Alisaie says, we did not come here to bicker over the past, but to discuss how we might strive towards a brighter future. Emperor Varys, may I suggest a short recess, that all present might compose themselves prior to beginning anew?
Very well. I pray this intermission will suffice to move these talks in a more constructive direction.
Hopefully, but that's also on your part too, buddy. You gotta be a little more noticeable with what you're doing, but You're also being a puppet to an Ascian right now, so... You know. Not how that works. Alright, Elise. Yeah. I'm glad you did say something, though, because it was just not going in the right direction. Cite the share, yeah. Hey, Hein, what's up? Or Heen. Not gonna tell you outright. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like a religion within itself. But like... He is. Yeah, we don't know the Empire. Yeah, then it's up to us to change that here and now. Let's learn from one another. Yeah, fucking ask him. Yeah. 100% what I'm telling you to do. They must have some other end in mind. Maybe. Yeah, invite him to talk. And for him to explain it himself. Like, instead of treating him like a fucking outsider, let's literally start treating him as an equal. Why are you doing these things? Yeah, let's hope the second attempt's much better, please. Oh my god.
Now then, who would have the floor?
Before we resume, I wish to offer you an apology. After you graciously accepted our invitation to discuss an armistice, we have done naught but rebuke you at every opportunity. I believe I speak for all of us when I say we are deeply sorry for our discourtesy.
I'll admit your familiarity with our affairs surprised me, and served to remind me how little I know of yours.
I think all here can understand the desire to reclaim one's homeland. But why expand further? That is my question.
If I may, the answer can be found in the Imperial doctrine they took great pains to impart to my people. Recognizing the threat icons pose to the world, Solus Zos Galvus decreed that they were to be eradicated. To this end, he began a campaign to unite all lands under the Garlean banner.
Yep.
Or so we were taught. Yet the Emperor only reached the burn, the Baron said to have been laid waste by icons, after conquering all the lands that lay between. What is more, I am quite certain the practice of summoning was not nearly so widespread in the days before the Empire's founding.
When you put it like that, it all starts to sound like an excuse, doesn't it? But to distract from what? Why are you really waging this war?
Yep. We got a lot of questions.
Finally, you ask the right question.
Thank you.
I can but hope you heed mine answer and at last accept the righteousness of our cause. My goal is this: to return the world to the way it once was, the way it was always meant to be. In doing so, mankind will be made whole once more.
Yeah.
No longer will we suffer from the dissension born of our differences. There will be but one race, a perfect race, as we were when time began.
What in Rorga's name are you talking about?
I am talking about the origins of this star, of the source and its 13 reflections. At the instant of the great sundering, 'twas not only the world that was shattered, but mankind itself. Thus were we divided into myriad races, each with its own unique imperfections.
Hey.
That is why man looks upon his neighbor and feels fear and hatred, why he wages war, why he kills his brother. You all in your own way have proven as much today. The peace you seek is but a fleeting solution to a fundamental problem. One which calls for more drastic measures. To bring about everlasting peace, our worlds must be rejoined. That is the goal the Empire would see realized. The glorious future unto which we shall one day shepherd mankind.
God, you are all crazy motherfuckers.
Rejoining of worlds. I have heard this tale of the source and its reflections before.
Are these not the self-same desires as the Ascians?
Yeah, weird how that works.
Emperor Varys, do not trust in their words. They will lead you to your doom. My father thought to use them, but in the end he succumbed to their temptations. He embraced summoning like so many other pawns before him. Do not tell us you mean to do the same.
Literally, though, used the Ashen stuck against them and it didn't go well, so why the fuck are you doing it again?
To be a pawn, free from the burden of choice, would be a blessing.
Well.
But I forswore that privilege the day I learned that the Garlean Empire was built by the hand of an Ascian.
Oof.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. My grandsire, the former emperor, is of their number. And who better to build an empire capable of bringing about the calamitous change we desire? Would you condemn me for this alliance? For bowing to the will of these shadowy masters when the prize is true and lasting peace?
But it's not. You don't know that. They've lied literally to everybody else. Yeah, your prize is a lie. They are lying to you.
I come not to conquer, but to liberate. To free man from the prison of divergence.
Okay.
Imagine a world united. One perfect race beneath a single standard.
So you just kill everybody else.
An army before whose might these servants of darkness and light would fly as leaves in a storm, never again to meddle in man's affairs. We would be the masters of our own fate.
But we wouldn't. You're putting your fate in the hands of the Ascians. What the fuck are you talking about?
Not as subjects of Garlemald, but of a new nation. And together we shall win freedom for ourselves and generations yet unborn.
The armor definitely makes him look way bigger, but I think that's the point.
Half-dozen calamities. You can't be serious.
He is very serious.
Have you forgotten how many died? There will be no one left.
Do you truly imagine we would aid you in your bloodletting?
No, that's why he's doing war instead.
Unconscionable.
Think we're all in agreement here.
And what is the alternative? To be as cattle waiting for slaughter? I would have us work together, that we might take fate into our own hands.
But we wouldn't. You're putting your fate in the hands of the Ascians, you dumbass.
Your hands, perhaps. But what of the other worlds, your radiance? With every calamity, you obliterate a star and every soul that dwells on it.
Yep.
To the Ascians, we are all but tiny, momentary specks within an indifferent universe. We cannot hope to oppose them until we have been made whole once more.
Bro, you've lost it.
Are these truly the words of Garlemald's ruler? The flaws and foibles which you so abhor are what make us who we are. Every nation, even yours, Emperor Varys, is made whole through the combination of these imperfections, the strengths of one compensating for the weaknesses of another.
Yep, that's why there's an alliance.
It is true that man succumbs all too often to anger and avarice, he may yet overcome his baser instincts through the forming of bonds with others, fostering community and cooperation. That the protector of an empire should not only reject these fundamental truths, but seek to change them at so dear a cost to life is indefensible.
Oh, we're about to have ads again in about 50 seconds. God.
Such a man is not fit to govern.
You're right, but I think he's a little fucking psychopath, you know.
And you, warrior of light, would you refuse me as well?
Well, yeah, you're an Ascian. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't condone such loss of life at all. Like, what the fuck? We're with you. I think everyone is.
It would seem the Alliance is of one mind on this matter.
Dear God, dude. Fucking hate you.
You Eorzeans never cease to disappoint me.
Yeah,
Though
well.
I suppose I have only myself to blame for expecting more from savages.
Alright, buddy.
This discussion is at an end. I bid you make ready for our next meeting. It will not be at the negotiating table.
No, no, it definitely will not be. Dear God, dude. Well, that went about as well as I expected it to be fair. But with that, it has been 2 hours and I do have to go. So we don't even... That's why they rejected Con. Garlean savages. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Alright. Complete. Alright. Alrighty then. It is now end time. 'Cause it's that time. We gotta find someone to raid. Let's see. Let's see. Who can we raid? Someone's grinding level 50. Let's see what they're about. Alright, I'm gonna send y'all over there. With that being said,